I think most dealers have been suffering from the auction for quite a while. There's obviously everybody's wanting to find a way to decrease that pain a little bit, increase profitability a little bit, but also expand their brand message. All three of them tend to resonate well in anywhere from your Dubuque, Iowa to your Houston, Texas. Like small markets to big markets, all three of those messages are valid. Personally, I believe in processes. If you get lucky and have great people, then you're awesome. But if you don't get lucky and find that amazing person, you'll still be okay if you have really tight processes. And that's honestly, that's a disconnect I see.
So I always knew that to be fairly successful. And that based on what we already know about some of the people that make consumer acquisition their core, that being the CarMax and the Texas Directs of the world, that are hugely successful. Nobody can argue that CarMax is not only outselling everybody, but for the most part, out-profiting everybody on a per-car basis throughout the nation. Now, is that because of their volume? Or is that because that they put consumer acquisitions at their core?
It's pretty much impossible to do without technology. It's just too convoluted. There's too many scammers and wholesalers and jokers, and to go through it, the volume of stuff online with any kind of efficiency, you really can't. Somebody had to come up with a software that could actually grind through, dedupe, get rid of all the knuckleheads, ignore the scammers, et cetera, et cetera.
We talked about people and process. So let's start with, what do we see the organizations that make this work? Let's walk through what's the blueprint behind that.
If you don't have a process, your only shot is to get lucky and get a superstar. This isn't that complicated. Answer the phone, invite them to come in and get their vehicle appraised, treat them like gold, circle back to them if they don't sell to you on that day. That's it.
Now, Van itself and the software and the legal behind it has us going more after acquisitions because of the scarcity of quality used cars and the ability to buy them right and to make a profit on them in today's margin compression age.
And I would say essential in today's industry.
Somebody's going to do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Market. Somebody's going to do it eventually. Maybe not this week, this month, this year. Somebody's going to tackle this and become the store people go to sell their cars.